Module 4, Textbook Project. Go ahead and start. Enable editing. We don't need the reading. Start file, open. Enable editing and immediately save it where you save all your files for Word. And the name of this, make sure you have no parentheses and numbers after your name, just have immediately after your name. And the name of this one is going to be after the 4 shift underscore prospectus. And then you should have another shift underscore and your last name, first and last name. Save. All right, the first thing we're going to do is select the title, Executive Summary, and then we'll choose the font size, 48. Use the mini toolbar if you'd like. And then we're going to go into what's called the Dialog Box Launcher for the font group. And this is the font group, and this is the Dialog Box Launcher. And you have more options. And what we're going to do is choose small caps. And this is your preview of what you're looking at. When you choose small caps, it makes everything capital, but the first letter of each word will be a little bit larger, but it puts everything in caps. So it's all caps. And then click OK. So you can see that everything is in all caps except the E and the S are just a little bit larger. So let's go back to the font launcher. We were just in font. You're going to click Advanced. And in here, we're going to change the scale of this. Instead of 100%, we're going to change it to 80%. So it's not as large. And the other thing we're going to do is choose the spacing. Instead of normal, we're going to choose expanded. It spreads it out a little bit. And then we'll click OK. And now we're going to change the size to 24. So I'm going to go back to 24, a little bit smaller. And then we're going to paint this on the other 2 titles, which is Development Timeline, and the other one is Projected Project. So to copy what we just changed, double-click the paintbrush in the clipboard, and then hover over Development Timeline, and you can just click or you can drag, whatever is. I like clicking, so I just click, make sure you're pointing at the right one, and then also on Projected Budget. And then make sure you turn the paintbrush off or you're still in paint mode. See the paintbrush next to the icon? So I'm going to click it to turn it off. Control Home, that gets you to the top of the document. Click anywhere in the first paragraph and you're going to press what's called Increase Indent. It's in the paragraph group, and if you hover over the arrow pointing to the right, that's Increase Indent. And it's going to indent a ½ inch that very first paragraph that you were in. If you didn't, and again, it's not just the first line, it's all the lines. To get it back to the left margin, you can click Decrease Indent. Now we're going to scroll down and select the 11 items under the project timeline as follows. So select these items underneath, and we're going to put bullets here, and some of them will be sub-bullets. So to choose bullets, we'll just go into the arrow button for bullets, and we'll select the black round bullet. Then we'll click just the bullets, so just the bullets are selected, and we'll change the font color of the bullet to Blue Accent 1. So Blue Accent 1. So now click anywhere where it says preliminary budgeted is drafted, and what we want to do is increase the indent, so you're going to click the increase button. So it's like a sub bullet of the budget and resources. So we're going to continue working on these 11 items. Some of them will be left at the first bullet and some will be sub-categories. So the next one I'm going to click to is the marketing approval due date, and I'm going to increase it 4 times, or 3 times. 1, 2, 3, but I want 1 too many, so I can decrease it. Executive approval should be underneath marketing, so again, it's just 2 clicks. And reservations, that one will be 1 increase indent. And design and development will stay right where it is. Marketing copy will go in, increase indent once. Internal revenue will be twice. Design draft will be once. Final copy will also be once. And review and final approval will be back at the left. So it should match the figure on 4-5. So on the bottom of your screen in the status bar, it says page 1 of 2 and 303 words. We're going to add a new icon, a new feature on this status bar. So pointing in the status bar, right click and you get a shortcut menu. And these are the items that are appearing now. I'd like to add section, so just click it so you get a check mark next to section, and then you should see in the status bar the word section. To close this, just click anywhere outside it. And then on the Home tab, put your Show Hide on, and then you're going to click right above Projected Budget, and we're going to insert a page break. So you'll choose the Layout tab, and then you'll select Breaks. And in the section break, choose Next Page. And you can see that it created a Next Page section break. Then we'll go to Insert, Page Number, Bottom of Page, and choose Plain Number 3. Then select the number, and you want to change it to the blue accent 1, and it should be the one that you just changed for the bullet, so you just have to click the A and you'll get the same blue. So with the number still selected, it should be blue and also bold. Then if you've closed out and went to the Home to change your font, click Header Footer tab, so your ribbon changes to the header and footer, and then click Go to Header, not just header by itself, Go to Header. So it'll leave the footer and go up to the header. And then you'll select Quick Parts, choose Document Property, and then make sure you hover to the right, stay on Document Property, and go to Title. And then in Title, you're going to type a new title. So type in the title. The next thing you'll do is click the Header button, and then scroll down, and we're looking for Intrigal. Go ahead and select that. And what it did is it put an orange banner across, it put the letters in white, it's all caps, and it's flush to the right margin. So just hover up a little bit so that you can see the bottom of page 1 and the top of page 2. To close out of the header and footer, you can click Close Header and Footer red X, and you can turn your Show Hide off. We're going to work on the projected budget table now, so click View and then choose Page Width. Makes it a little bit larger, increased it to 152%. And then select anywhere in where in the cell that says Taxi Tops. And we have 2 new tabs up at the top, Table Design and Layout. So click Layout, and then we'll choose Delete, and we'll select Row, and it'll delete the entire row for where Taxi Tops was. We're going to get rid of Verified. So to get rid of the whole column, another way you can do it is hover right above the border, and it changes to an arrow pointing down. Click that, and it selects the entire column. And then with the mini toolbar that appears, choose Delete and Delete Column. And we're going to add a new row between Daily News and New York Post. So if you hover to the Insert Control button between the two, you'll get a whole new row, and we'll type information in there. So we just added a new row of information: sign, subway cars, 1,000 panels, comma, space, 2 weeks, and it moves over to the next column automatically. And in the last column for cost, 18,000. The next thing we're going to do is work with the column width. So format is a little too wide. So if you hover on the border between format and revenue, you get a double arrow. So if you, hopefully you have your ruler open or viewing. If you do not, click view and make sure ruler is checked off. And we're gonna, right now it's about at the inch marker, and we're gonna bring it to the half-inch marker. So hover till you have those double arrows, then hold the mouse, left mouse, and drag to the half-inch marker and let go. Another way you can do it is between the add type and right border and the cost. This one we need to expand it. So what we're gonna do, first I'm going to go to the venue one and double click, and it makes it as wide as it needs to be. And we'll do the same thing for add type, just double click. So it's easier than just measuring yourself, just let it go as long as it needs to be. And you can do the same thing for the cost on the right hand side. Perfect. Now to center the table completely along the entire report, you're going to move the table by clicking or selecting the whole table. The little box in the top hand corner, that selects the whole table. And the first thing we're going to do is choose, make sure you have the table tools layout, and you want to choose distribute rows, and that'll distribute the rows evenly. Click anywhere in the cell that says add type. And then if you look up in the width, it has the exact width, and we're going to increase that. So just click in that cell and type 3.5 and press enter. So it did wrap to the next line. It fills the entire cell. Now we'll select the whole table and choose center. And it moves it in the center of the report. Okay.